Hello and welcome to Casting Roles. We are a bunch of theater nerds who play Dungeons and Dragons, and thank you for joining us for the third episode of our classic D&D meets modern D&D with Ghosts of Saltmarsh, GM'd by our wonderful Rob. If you're liking the show, please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. And if you want to find us on social media, we're on Twitter at Casting Roles and on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Casting Roles ILM. Our videos are uploaded on YouTube on Friday. But let's go ahead and start the show.
Alrighty, so brief recap. We have our band of heroes has ended up in the town of Saltmarsh due to machinations of their professor, some extreme bad luck, and other factors. Last time we visited, the group acquainted themselves with the town of Saltmarsh, visited several areas, including discovering a clinically depressed druid, a good old boy priest of Procan, who has offered that he can resurrect people. They found several merchants, although they haven't visited them yet. The elves discovered a bridge with magic residues on it that made them feel uncomfortable. And the group eventually ended up at a city council meeting where they witnessed some of the backbiting and infighting between some of the members, and at the end of which they were voluntold into doing a quest to go check out a haunted house. And they departed, and that is where we start tonight's session. Did I miss anything?
No. I think we arrived at the
really cool.
Yeah, we arrived at the haunted house.
No. Yes,
we're all safe.
Yes, we arrived. It was about an hour and a half walk, and the lay of the land here is along the sea. There's some sheer cliffs that are about 15, 20 feet high, and they're kind of carved out of a hill. And then on the back side of the hill is where the road is. So it screens some from the wind and thing of the ocean. So you can't actually see the ocean except between hills as you go along. And you have gotten to this place, and up high on the hill facing the sea, so you're basically looking at the back of it, is our haunted house. It's very decrepit. There's kind of a low stone wall around the back side of it that's crumbled. There's a couple of places where it's just gone to ground completely. There's a lot of wild flora here. And the house is 35 feet tall, basically 2 stories plus an attic. It's gabled roof, so think Bates Motel.
That's not worrying at all.
That's not ominous at all. Yeah, no. Not at all.
You could have said the Amity House.
It's not that nice.
Oh.
No, it's any paint that was once on the outside has worn away from the weather. The slate roof, you can see holes in it even from the road in a couple of places. So this place has been rode hard and hung up wet in the intervening 20 years since the alchemist disappeared. And so you need to find your way up to it. So how do you get there? It's fairly steep hill with a lot of brambles and stuff. So what do you do?
Quite difficult to travel through the brambles, I think.
Are the brambles dry?
No, they're alive, so they're substantially moist.
Okay, I was gonna just burn them away.
and burned the house down.
Yes,
What would have
absolutely. I mean, that's a quick way to solve a ghost problem right there.
That wasn't part of the agreement, was it? We didn't need to leave the house standing. I don't remember hearing that part.
Ivar and Lyra, give me a survival check.
Certainly. Well, I'm good at these.
15.
Okay.
21.
Alrighty.
15 on the die.
Y'all managed to find the remnants of what was once a path up there. So it's overgrown with brambles, but there's less of it. And Ivar, with your 21, one of the things that caught your eye for it is because it looks like someone has gone up the path within the last month. You don't see the footprints, they've washed away, but you can see where some twigs have broken, and obviously somebody without your skill has made their way up. So you guys can try and take this path, or you can try to mount the hill on your own accord.
We see the path that someone else has sort of blazed for us. Maybe we should try to follow that.
I'm in support of the path. Yeah.
I'm not very good at climbing things, so I think the path would make the most sense.
I mean, climbing things is just fun, but yeah, sure, I'll go along with you guys.
And the path kind of wends its way up the hill in a curve. And so, like I said, the back is facing the ocean, so you're going to kind of come up behind it, and the path curves around the side and then takes a sharp turn around the front. And as you get towards the top of this, where it kind of levels out, you're up pretty close to the stone wall, which is about 6 feet high. But like I said, there are a couple of places where it has completely fallen down. So if you want, you can follow the path around to the front of the building, or you could see what's behind the wall and venture into the back.
Tempted to take the back, but I don't want to take any unnecessary risks. What do you all think?
So there's like a crumbled wall. We'd have to climb over it.
It's crumbled down in a couple places where you could go through it.
Oh, okay.
There's about a 20-foot section where it's fallen, and it's about 5 feet of rough terrain, just so that you don't twist an ankle going over. But you're not going to have to like step over a wall. It's like the whole wall caved in and flattened out.
I could send Archimedes forward a little bit just to scope things out before a larger body enters into the area.
I like that plan.
Okay. So I'll have Archimedes stealth forward and spy, kind of glance or look into the area of the beyond the wall.
All right, give me a stealth and give me an investigation with disadvantage because he's got a very low vantage point.
Okay.
And there are a lot of overgrown weeds.
Now he does have advantage on wisdom checks that rely on hearing or smell. So would it just be a straight roll?
Give me two different rolls. Give me a sight roll with disadvantage and a smell roll straight.
Okay. His he just had he has a +5 to stealth. So his stealth roll was a 23.
Mm-hmm.
And then the investigation with disadvantage, or the disadvantage on the sight roll, is a 13. And then the advantage roll with perception is a 18 for hearing and smell.
Okay, and what was the stealth again?
23.
Okay. He kind of skitters up, and he's a stoat, so he goes over the wall. And sight-wise, it's overgrown. It's tall weeds, probably would come up to about mid-thigh to waist on you guys. He can tell that there's different qualities of stuff, so the impression you get is that this was once a cultivated backyard with maybe some garden, because there are some fruit stuffs. Alchemist having a garden, that's a stretch. He does smell a couple of interesting things. One is kind of a danger smell, and the other is maybe danger, maybe not animal smell.
Does he get a sense of what direction the danger smell is coming from?
There is a well, the remnants of a wooden well off to one side, and it seems to be coming from that quarter of the yard. And then the other smell is coming from the other side of the yard. It's too far. That's one of the reasons he can't get a better read on it. Is it's a good 100 feet away.
Okay, I call Archimedes back, and he like climbs up into my pack and like disappears into my pack and like sticks his head up. Archimedes, he senses it was difficult for him to see. It's kind of overgrown in there, but there does seem to be a couple sources of potential danger in the area. An old well, and then maybe some kind of animal.
We have a location where the animal may be perched or hidden.
Well, it seemed that the greater danger was off to one side, and then the animal danger was off to the other. He is a stoat, so it could have been an eagle or something. I don't know.
So the animal was the lesser danger.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Now, you could make your way around the wall, because the way you were curving up, you saw there were a couple of other breaks in the wall, so you could basically hug the outside of the wall and go around and come in from a different side from where Archimedes was.
Would that take us closer to the well or closer to the other side?
The well was in the quarter closest to you.
Okay, so that would be moving away from the well.
So that would get it towards the animal smell.
Well, I could speak with animals if need be.
I mean, I can too, but they don't always talk back.
Point. What are we thinking, team?
I vote moving down a little further, hugging the wall. And...
Yes, stay away from the well area, I think might be the best course of action.
Yeah.
You point me in the direction to go, and I'll go.
Yeah, let's Sarek, take point.
Sounds like a good idea.
All right, everybody give me a dexterity check, DC 12.
You got it.
I rolled a 12.
Straight miss.
Oh, my dex isn't bad. Okay.
17 plus stuff.
14.
Also
21 total.
Okay, and Zarek?
5.
That's a 5.
Okay, y'all are making your way around the wall, and about halfway down there's a break, and then there's a break at the far end, which is kind of where the animal smell was. And as y'all get to the break, which is kind of halfway between, Sarek looks back to go, okay, do we go in here or do we keep going? And manages to trip over one of the rocks from the broken down wall, and takes 1 hit point of damage as he falls onto some rocks.
Be more careful than that.
Oh,
Are you okay?
rocks. I'm rock solid. And he just
I was gonna help you up. I'm gonna let you let yourself up.
that's probably for the best, honestly.
So do you want to go through this middle break, or do you want to go to the far end, which was closer to the animal smell? Like I said, if you come in here, you'd be halfway between the well and the animal smell, and you'd be pretty much directly centered behind the house.
This seems like it's the furthest distance from both dangers.
Mm-hmm.
Split the difference.
Here's good.
Let's try it.
All right, what's your marching order?
Throw is in the back.
We're just super perceptive.
Ivar, where are you?
Somehow I think Lyra's more perceptive than I.
If you're proficient, then you would be doing better than me, but mine's not bad.
I will. I'll gesture and let Lyra go first,
All
and
right,
then
so-
I'll immediately follow.
I have proficiency in perception, but I am in the back.
Okay.
Nothing is going to sneak up on you from behind. Is
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yes.
Well, we're good at
The
that.
paranoid
so
guy with good perceptions in the back. Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
I'm just worried about poor Sirik's stealth. Is all.
I have a stealth of 0.
Yeah, that's.
I have a.
I'll let
Sarek,
Lyra.
on it-
Here's the
I'll
thing: Sarek will not sneak up on anything, but he may surprise them.
he might
What the hell is
surprise
this
them.
guy doing here?
Honestly, I feel like if we're dealing
You
with
just hear a loud
ghosts,
thud.
if we're dealing with ghosts, I don't think that stealth is necessarily going to protect us. They can go through walls, so they could just pop up. I mean, in all the books I've read, they just pop up just everywhere.
It's not the ghost, but the animal that is taking up residence here.
It probably already smells us anyway.
Yeah, it is about 20 minutes till sunset, so it's got that orange in the sky. You're casting really long shadows, and you're behind the house. And now that you're closer, you can kind of see it. It almost looks like a very squat T from above, with the flat side closest to the ocean and this section sticking back. You see windows going around the sides. There's a couple in the very back, and from this point, the yard is very overgrown. Lots of brush. Grass is, like I said, knee-high to mid-thigh. There are a couple of areas that you can tell, based off of Ivar and Lyra's earlier survival, that used to be cultivated. And immediately to your left, there's this giant rose bush that has basically taken over this back corner by the fence. You see the well, the whale,
The whale.
the wailing well. Anyway, there's a well over to the far right, and you can see that over on the back right-hand side of the house, there looks like a small patio with a back door.
There's a. Okay.
I think we start heading towards this back door here. Maybe we can work our way in from the back side.
Okay, I like that idea.
Okay.
Let's try it.
Alrighty.
Would these doors be locked too?
Can I, as we get around can I make a perception check of the yard as before everyone starts trudging?
Yep. Please do.
Oh, that's a natural
Please
20.
do.
Hey.
So that's a 24.
Okay. Thoreau, you, in your heightened paranoid state, notice several things. First of all, possible danger. You're looking at it, and you realize that you can see some white stones around it, but because of your nature and having done the archaeology, you can actually tell that they're bone. And it seems to be, you can't tell from this far away, but it seems to be like small animals. It's teeny tiny stuff like mice bones, squirrels,
Weasels.
things like that. You also realize that over in the rose bush, it's huge and stuff, but you can actually tell that there's a little bit of an area that's worn out where something has gone in and created a burrow inside of it.
So Sarek, you hear, as we're getting ready to kind of make our way across the yard, in your head, you hear, actually, I think he may have been wrong about the bigger danger. I think it's just small animals died by the well, but there's something in the rose bush, probably.
Oh.
No one else hears that because it's in Sarek's head.
Where is
we-
Archimedes
What
and
the
where is Meehan?
Archimedes is buried in my pack. Like, he digs down into my pack and is hiding there.
Okay.
Did anyone else just hear Thoreau in their head, or was that just me?
It's just you.
How the fuck?
You can
Okay, Thoreau, listen, if you can hear me, this is great. All you need to know is that the rose bush might hurt you because it has thorns.
And you're only hearing, the rest of you are only hearing the half that Sarek is saying out loud.
Like, I think Sarah hit his head when he fell. Trip over that rock.
Yeah, Ivar, where is Meehan?
Meehan, I'm gonna say Meehan's just clutched like close to my leg, probably like right underneath me. When we stop, she'll like wrap her little arms around my leg and stay really, really close.
Okay, Thoreau, you, two other things from your Nat 20. The two cultivated sections, the one to the left side of the house, which is the bigger one, which is on the rosebush side, seems like it may have been like a flower garden. And there may have been some foodstuffs in there, like herbs and stuff, but it's kind of like the pretty garden. The other side, from what you can see of it, you notice things like nightshade. So this probably, you'd have to investigate closer, but at first guess, you'd say this is where he grew his alchemical supplies.
I will message Lyra because I'm being stealthy, motherfuckers. I will message Lyra and say, the garden over to the right has nightshade and it looks like other alchemical properties as well.
Thoreau, about this time, you hear a rustling from the rosebush.
No.
Message Sarek immediately. The rosebush, the fucking rosebush.
Yes, the
everybody
roses
roll
are
me
pretty.
a perception. Everyone roll me a perception check, including Meehan and Archimedes with disadvantage. Meehan straight up, Archimedes is disadvantage.
Is this smell or sight or smell or hearing?
Yes, okay, so straight up.
So straight up, okay. So
Meehan wrote a 12.
that's only a 14 for Thoreau and a 11 for Archimedes, which makes sense. He's in a bag.
We are killing it tonight with a solid 7.
Oh no.
22.
Ooh, nice. 15 for Ivar.
Okay, so shockingly enough, our two nature-attuned people
I know.
are the ones that really glom onto what's going on.
I'm distracted at the fact I hear a voice in my head. I grew up around druids, not wizards.
I guess I need to explain how message works.
Yes. So this makes perfect sense. Lyra, you can see, kind of peering out from underneath the thing, a couple of weasels. A couple of big weasels.
Oh boy.
Like, so big that big seems small by comparison weasels.
Okay.
They
Guys,
kind of have their hackles up, but they haven't attacked yet.
guys, there are some rather large weasels hiding under the rose bush.
The moment she says that, I bamf Archimedes into a demi-plane.
I want to pet them.
No.
I'll follow suit with Mayhem. As soon as I see Archimedes disappear, I'll see you later, little lady. And just
they're giant weasels.
do you think you can tame a giant weasel?
I can wrestle one. And if you put them in a headlock, I mean, really, what can they do from there?
They're all neck, Sarek.
They are starting to aggressively posture more aggressively. So if you're going to do something besides fight them, do it now.
I will try animal handling.
Okay, give me an animal handling. Do you do anything to try and influence this in your favor, or just you go up and pet the weasel?
I'm literally just walking
like-
towards them. Whoa, raptors!
All right, Chris Pine.
So that is a grand total of 18.
Okay.
Sun's getting low, big guy.
Wanna refocus camera? Do we want to refocus?
No, Sarek may be dead after this, so it's fine.
That's fair, actually.
Torn apart my weasels.
You get closer, you notice that there are 2 bigger ones and 2 smaller ones. Smaller ones, relatively speaking. The smaller ones kind of relax. The 2 others, they are about to attack.
Your parents, those are tiny. Understood. And I immediately back away and go, those are parents. They have tiny children. We should definitely just give them a good wide berth. This is their area. Let's not with the parents of the tiny weasels. And I just back away from them.
I'll take like a handful of the food that I've been feeding Archimedes and like just toss it towards the rose bush as I back away.
Okay, give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Okay. Oh, Lord, I wish I had that second roll. That is a 6.
Oh, no.
Okay, you beat the threshold for them to think that you were being aggressive, but they don't back down or relax any. As a matter of fact, as Sarek is backing up, they're taking a couple of steps forward. They're not charging you yet, but it's on the cusp of violence.
Wait, are they beasts? Are they considered beasts?
I am clicking on stat block right now. Medium beast, unaligned.
Speech of beast and leaf.
Okay.
I'm able to speak to them and they can understand me. I can't understand them, but they can understand me.
Okay. What you got?
I say to them, we're not here to hurt you. We're actually here in order to check on what might be going on inside of the house. We are not going to harm you or your family. All we want to know is what's inside there. And I just point to the house. We are going to give you a wide berth.
Give me a persuasion roll with advantage since you speak beast.
God, okay. My 0. Here we go. Well, that rolled outside of it. Critical 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
They sit back and kind of look at each other, and you don't speak beast, but you can kind of hear them chittering to each other. And one of them goes out, hackles her down, basically picks up the food that Thoreau threw, and they all go back under the bush.
Okay.
I just turned to everyone else. Yeah.
So you convinced them that you were friendly enough that they came out. They took your offerings. So, while you're not on a first name basis with the giant badgers, you are thinking that this threat is no longer a threat. That if you leave them alone, they will leave you alone. Obviously, if you get something aggressive like set their bush on fire, that's going to change. But they are going to let bygones be bygones.
I'm not saying I was thinking it, but you know.
They just have tiny weasels. There are tiny weasels underneath the big weasels. So let's not harm the family.
Tiny weasels are like the size of a German shepherd. So it is relative.
Big small weasel. They have a big small weasel.
It's a small
big weasel under the bigger weasels. I still want to pet them. I can't. It will be very hurting if I do that. But
in relation to the rosebush, where was that garden again?
The garden is actually kind of near the back door, but you are going to have to pass very close by to the well to get to it.
Okay. Well, after hearing Thoreau, as I understood messaging in my brain, I want to go investigate the garden and go.
At least one of us understands how message works. Oh.
Are you trying to stealth, or are you just going on your own merry way?
Based on what has currently just transpired, I am going to cast Pass Without a Trace on us.
Okay. So everybody give me a stealth roll.
Because I did just look at my spell sheet and go, oh, right, I have that. I've never been a druid before. My bad.
Ooh, a 19 plus 10, is it?
Yeah,
plus 10.
Good Lord.
29.
21.
24.
Nice.
17.
Oh.
Stealthy big guy. It's pretty stealthy.
I'm not wearing armor. You would think I'd be better at this. It's just...
Nothing seems... there seems to be no motion or anything from the well. So you seem to believe that you have gotten past it unscathed.
Excellent.
But as you get closer, you do see that there are definitely bones of small critters. If Lyra or Ivar wants to give a nature check to see if they can figure out more.
You want just one of
Definitely
them?
nature.
Y'all both can make a check.
Okay. 15 on the dice plus 4. Okay, so 19.
The third.
Okay. All right. It's small animals, so whatever this danger is was dangerous to a stoat.
Gotcha.
Now, obviously, there's a lot of dead small creatures, so whatever it is might be dangerous to you, but it's not you kind of realize that the giant weasels were probably the more aggressive thing, because these kills, it seems to be that whatever is in the well is waiting for creatures to come up to the well for water. So as long as you stay away from the well, you think you'll be okay.
Okay. I'll pass that along to the team. May have just been a nervous stoat. Just stay away from the well, and we'll be okay.
Okay.
I'm kind of tempted to know what's in there, though.
All
And
it
then
takes is looking.
I mean, if it's looking for small animals, then I'm not a small animal.
Sometimes small things can do lots of damage.
I'm not saying that's not true.
Very well said.
Remember, it's all about how it's used.
It could be a spider.
No, thank you.
Oh, Sarah, we love you.
I love you guys too. We've been together for a pretty long time now.
Yep. So y'all get into the garden area. It's very overgrown with weeds, but you do see the nightshade. You see several other things that you think you recognize, and a couple of them that you definitely do.
We collect a few.
And
I would like samples,
Supplies?
please.
alrighty.
See, Lyra and I are on the same page. Here.
Yeah. Roll me nature checks to see what you can harvest.
A 14 on the dot, an 18 for nature.
19.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Y'all both get samples from 4 different types of flower or herb or whatever that can be used to make interesting potions.
Excellent.
That's with 4 herb samples.
Yep. So if you were going to be mixing up anything that is on the toxic side, then these components could be used in that and would help lower the DC of what it is you're trying to create.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Awesome.
And so you're kind of in like I said, the house is a T, so you're kind of in the bottom corner. The back door is over there. There's several windows along, glass partially broken out of a couple of them, very dingy, salt sprayed. You can try and look through one if you want. You can try and raise one. You can ignore them and go to the door. What would you prefer to do?
Is there any evidence that maybe the door has been used lately? Do we see like any scratches on the ground, like where the door has been pulled open, or maybe it's the handle?
Investigation check.
Ooh. Investigation. You sure you want me to investigate that?
Now I have dire straits running through my head.
That's a 4. I'm still busy packing away these toxic herbs and flowers that we found. So
Yep, we're having too much fun in the garden, you and I.
not paying attention that closely. I don't see a damn thing.
And Lyra, what did you roll?
I did.
Or did you?
Let me. I would like to investigate, but I don't always know. The DM wants me to roll with the same thing.
It's the way I'm doing this is I have everyone's passive perception, and I have the DC of things. So if you are 10 or more over the DC with your passive, you automatically notice what it is. If it's 9 to equal, then I will clue you with you notice something's out of the corner of your eye, you kind of get a sense, so that you can then make an active investigation roll.
I gotcha. Well, I rolled a 14. My passive is a 13.
So do you have any bonuses to investigation?
I don't have proficiency.
No, you get +1. So if you rolled a 14, that gives you a 15. No, backdoor does not look like there's no scrapes or anything like that you can see. There's a lot of wear and tear. Some of the windows, like I said, have broken glass in them, so that if you're going to try and peer through one of them, you would probably stand a better chance of seeing inside if you used one of them. But nothing in this section, this quarter of the back of the house.
Okay.
Throw, Surik, do you all see anything through the windows?
You want me to go? Okay, I will go look through a window, I guess. Cautiously approaches a window to peer inside.
Okay, from where the house is, they're looking straight ahead. There are 3 windows. There's 2 of them. There's the door, then there's a window. And then on the side of the house, there's one window kind of near the very beginning. There's a gap where a window would be, and there's a chimney there.
I'll look through a window that's kind of going into the same room where the door leads into, just to see if there's anything in there before you go through the door.
Okay, give me an investigation check. Do you have dark vision?
Yeah.
Okay, does anybody not have dark vision?
That'd be
we
me.
would know that because yes, I do have dark vision.
Yeah, half elves.
Why not have blind sight at 10 feet? Why not get blind sight? That's nice.
That's Ranger Dragon.
You took blind fighting.
I was to say, if you took blind fighting, then that would be it.
So basically, you can fight things you cannot see, which I think from Ranger training comes from fighting off no-see-ums.
Yeah. Investigation is a 23.
Okay. You actually find a quarter of the panel that's broken out that you can get to and get a good look in without actually having to stick your face up to it, so you feel safe. And you look inside, and it is, if you had to guess, like a living room or a den or something like that. There's a pile of something in the corner. You can't quite make out what it is, but otherwise the room is actually pretty empty.
I kind of will turn back to the group. There's not anything in the room other than a weird pile of things in the corner. I could poke it from a distance and then we could hide, and if something pops up, it wouldn't see us.
Man, I'm so happy you can see right now.
I didn't take any light magics because I can see. I wish I could support you better, Sarek.
You're fine.
Sir, it is now, the sun has set below the horizon. It's about to get dark. And this is in a world with no electricity, so dark means dark.
That means Dirk.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and go like poke the thing in the corner, the whatever it is in the corner.
We all take position to kind of hide.
Is it like? Does it seem like a pile of like cloth or any?
It seems like a pile of. Seems to be like a pile of crap.
Okay.
Not like crap, but just like random assorted. Basically, whatever was in this room, people have gone through this house before and basically taken stuff, searched through it in the corner, and that's where the remnants of furniture, anything that hasn't disintegrated, has ended up.
Are there any candles left in this chamber?
No, but there is the fireplace.
Okay, I was gonna just grab a candle to give it to Sarek, but okay.
Use flame. It's a cantrip.
Oh yeah, pretty soon. Yeah.
I just didn't know if we still wanted to stay, in the dark, but I can.
Well, it'd be difficult if Sarah can't see.
I have a torch. Just pulls out a torch. So just
Flame.
light the torch with reduced flame.
Yeah.
That way you can.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it. And I just now, if anything, it's going to be targeted on me. So I just have a torch.
I mean, the chamber that the door leads into seems to be relatively empty. I think it's probably safe to go inside there.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like me to go in first?
You do have the torch.
I do have the torch.
I open the door from the inside with the mage hand, just in case it's like locked from the outside or from the inside.
Okay, door opens into the room.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead.
But what you all see is the door just opens on its own.
Oh.
Not creepy.
I don't say that I did it.
Maybe this place really is haunted, and I'm just gonna like take my axe off one hand, and just like creep in, torch up, axe in the other, just do.
Okay. What's the order behind Sarek?
Throws in the
I'll
back.
go
Same
behind
order
Sarek.
that we were before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Okay.
instead of my great axe that's two-handed, I'm currently wielding my quarterstaff.
Nice.
Okay. I will let you wield your great axe with disadvantage one-handed.
Oh, okay. I'll take that.
Your strength is high enough that it's
We're Dark
obviously not
Souls in
graceful and it's at disadvantage, but you can heft up high enough on it to. If you get
So
your
we're
point of
going
balance
reckless.
right, yeah.
We're going some recklessness. I like it. Okay. So we're Dark Soulsing this right now. I like it. Let's do it.
Okay, so Sarek, you start to go into the room. About halfway down the wall on the right is the fireplace. There's windows on either side of it. Paint is peeling in here, not only on the walls, but the plaster on the ceiling. There's a couple of spots where it has dropped. Floor is pretty dusty, and you get about 10 feet in, and you hear from beside you, "Welcome, fools! Welcome to your death!"
Nope.
Is Thoreau still outside?
Huh.
In your head, Sarek, you hear, doing all right in there.
You do not see anything.
You know what? This is not the first time I've heard a disembodied voice today, and I just keep walking in. Alrighty, give me.
Behind you?
Okay.
I say that out loud, by the way. That this is not the first time I've heard a disembodied voice in my head today, and I just keep going in. That's it. Just, whoever follows me after that is up to them. That's up to them. Like at this point, I just think it's, at this point,
No, everybody heard that.
Yeah, I'm just believing it's gonna fucking with me.
Oh yeah, that was you.
Yeah.
You all heard that. Anything in this house heard that.
Yeah,
The weasels heard it.
the weasels heard it.
Yes.
Oh no.
And whatever's in the well heard it.
Oh no.
It's probably a spider.
So
I'll
y'all have
hold on.
all made your way into the room. Does anyone go to check out the trash? Does anybody go to open the door, check out the fireplace? What do you do?
I will investigate the trash pile and like that side of the room with the trash pile and the fireplace.
Alrighty.
That's a 26.
Ooh.
Okay. Anything else? Anybody else looking at anything?
I'm
So
gonna go.
this is the trash pile, the fireplace. Go ahead,
I was
go
gonna
ahead.
actually go and stick the torch in the fireplace and sort of like look around like up the chimney and like look around in there.
Okay.
I honestly just want to investigate old walls and floorboards and see if there are any Scooby-Doo hidden
Ooh, that's good.
things.
Alrighty. Everyone,
staircase
like I said,
in here?
everyone who's looking at something, give me an investigation.
It's 26
That's
on mine.
critical 20.
Yep. Nice.
Okay.
With no additionals. Because I don't have any intelligence modifier.
Okay. First of all, Thoreau, you go over to the corner of the room where the stuff is, and it's basically what was probably the drapes for the windows lumped on top of broken chair pieces and a broken table and a broken couch.
Okay.
So, and it's kind of rotted and smelly and wet. So there's moisture getting in the house, but you pretty much poke through it pretty thoroughly with your mage hand, and you don't find anything about you whatsoever.
Okay.
Lyra and Sarek, you both notice this. Sarek, as you're walking over towards the fireplace, and Lyra, as you're casing the joint. It's dusty in here.
Uh-huh.
There's a wear mark in the floor where someone has come into this room. Now, y'all have kind of walked across the middle of it, so things kind of get a little muddied, and you don't see where else in the room. You don't see them going to any of the periphery. The only tracks coming in from the back door are yours. Sarek, as you are walking to the fireplace, you've been on ships.
Yeah.
So you know what a hold, a thing over a hold is. There's a difference.
Like
there's a
latch.
difference.
Yeah.
So you find that there is a trap door in the floor, and it's about where that voice came from.
Just gonna go on ahead and grab the top of it and just. So I found a thing. And I'm just gonna like jingle the latch top of it so they hear the metal that I have in my hand.
I ready a firebolt to cast this in case something pops out when you open it.
Yeah, I'll draw my bow, my crossbow, and aim it towards the opening or the door. You know.
Okay, you go to pull on the door, and it does not come open.
Oh.
It feels like it's latched somehow. And you do not see like a keyhole.
Can I break it?
You can try.
Okay.
Certainly try.
How are you going to break it?
So I have a question. Is it inlaid into the floor? Is it level with the floor, or is it above the floor?
It is level with the floor. It's the wood floor in here is kind of patterned. It's kind of like a giant parquet.
Yeah.
And this is a 3x3 section of that, but just it had a little bit more of a hollow sound than the other parts, and so it flexed a little bit the other. So you know that there's a hole underneath here of
there's
some
give.
kind. There's give. But it is perfectly inset with the floor. There's not really any place you can get good to pry in other than trying to rip up the entire floor.
I'm going to offer my torch to someone because that way I can wield the axe with both hands. Can someone hold that? Thank you. And I just ready the axe, take a couple of steps back, and just axe head straight into it.
Okay, roll me an attack roll.
All right. We'll do this reckless also.
Okay,
just to make sure that I get the maximum.
It's 8 to hit the piece of floor that's not moving.
Okay, well, that would be a grand total of a lot. Hold on, I have to do math. 26. Does that hit the floor?
You not only hit the floor, but you hit the floor where you want to. Which are you trying to hit on the seam, or are you trying to hit in the middle of this thing?
I'm trying to hit in the dead middle.
Okay.
So that then I can basically just pull from there. Since the great axe I have is it's a bearded axe, so I can use it to pull it open from there.
Okay. Roll me damage.
Yeah, you got it. So that's a D12. That is going to be a grand total of 9. So 9 slashing.
It buries deep into the wood. You pull it. eventually the axe comes out because you buried it so deep, but it does not pull the floorboard up with it.
That just makes me mad.
Like mad enough to hit it again?
Yeah, like mad enough. But this time I position it so that it would be an X over where the initial line was. So that's going to be a grand total of 21 to hit the non-moving floor.
Okay.
And
with the AC of 8.
Yeah, with the AC of 8.
And it's not that you don't hit the floor, it's whether the axe comes down at an angle and bounces, or you hit a knot and it doesn't do anything. So it's not that you're not somehow falling and missing the floor.
Right. That's 15 slashing damage on the on the floor.
Okay,
on the door.
Small chunk comes out of the middle.
Enough to try to get my hand sort of inside of it.
It's about yay big. Your hand's a little bit bigger than that, but enough where you could look through it.
I actually point to throw.
Great.
You need to.
I guess I can look through it.
Well, no, not look through it. Thing.
Oh, my hand.
Your thing.
Well, it can't see though, so I don't. But if I could look through it and see if there's a latch or something that I could release with the mage hand.
Oh.
I'll look through the hole that Sarek made.
Okay. It's not perfectly dark. It's not well lit, but there's a light source somewhere below here. And you kind of feel around the edge, and you can't feel a latch of any kind.
If I push from underneath with the mage hand, it can lift 5 pounds. I don't know if that's enough to lift.
Nothing happens.
Okay. So there's no latch or anything that the mage hand can release.
Not that you can find, because you can't actually have the sensation of the hand. So
right, yeah.
If it's like running underneath and went across an indentation, you wouldn't know it.
Right, but I don't see one like looking through. Okay, cool. I can't really see anything that I could release to open it, and the mage hand isn't able to lift it.
I actually look at Lyra. Can you? You're a druid, right?
Yes.
Can you shapeshift?
No.
You should have wild shape. That should be a thing you have.
I think you got that. You get that at level 1.
You get that like level 2.
Yeah.
We did not write that down when I put this together.
Yeah, you get it at 2nd level.
Okay.
What can she shapeshift into?
She's not a moon druid, so it'd be something
like CR1.
CR1/4, yeah, with no flying or swimming speed. Yeah. So a wolf or smaller.
A mouse?
A rat or
stoat, a weasel.
If only one of you had a stoat.
A spider?
Yeah, he's currently safe in a demiplane.
Yeah, we're not risking the pets. We're not.
I mean, a spider. Because spiders have. I mean, not to. I'm not going to metagame. Never
mind. Sorry, I'm still reeling from the fact that I had a thing that I absolutely didn't have written down.
Take your time.
Yeah, okay. Wild shape. Right.
You want something with dark vision.
Go mouse.
I don't know if they
mouse
do.
would work.
Yeah.
The problem is I don't know if a mouse can walk like upside down. So if you were to go into it.
But mice can cling, so at least hanging on the edge, she'd be able to look and see.
Oh, that's fair. Yes.
Underneath the bottom, so that thing that Thoreau couldn't do, which is tell what's underneath there other than what his hand could reach around the very small hole.
Yeah, and Thoreau will message Lyra, you probably can't talk as a mouse, so just let me know if you see anything, and I'll let the others know.
Okay.
So you wild shape?
I look at the group and go, just remember that it's me, and don't squish me. I don't really, yeah, okay. And mouse.
and everything that you're carrying absorbs in, and there's this really cute little mouse there. Describe what you look like as a mouse.
Oh goodness. Okay, so I'm a brass dragonborn, so I'm still gonna be a funky, brassy, fluffy color.
Okay, there's a gold-colored, gold-furred mouse. It's like a ginger mouse.
Yep.
We could never forget that that's you at this point.
Squeak.
Too much squeaking.
Okay, so
Squeaker.
you are now mouse. You have this small hole in the trap.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
I'm going to scurry over to the small hole and see what claw bearing I can get to look about underside.
I'll message Lyra. Would it be completely inappropriate if I grabbed you by the tail and lowered you in?
Okay.
Okay, and so I will grab Lyra's tail and like lower her into the hole.
Do you spin her? Do you just hold her?
Just like grab her by the tail and like dip her head in so that she can look around.
As you grab my tail, this is a very new sensation for me. I just kind of like possum for a second. And then like, okay.
Alrighty, you can give me a perception or investigation. Your choice.
I think perception is better. It is. That is a 14.
Okay. The reason this thing isn't lifting is that there are two heavy wooden boards that are basically slid through metal casing. So basically it's designed to open out, and these things are like hefty oaken 2x4s slotted through that go beyond. So it's one of those that in order to it would take pretty much having to assault the trapdoor for a while to chop through it, because it is a heavy wood. It's doable, but it would take a while, and you would make a lot of noise doing it.
Yeah.
If
But
only
it
we
is
could, like
doable.
turn intangible or something, that'd be cool.
Question.
Mhm.
Because again, I'm not used to Druid and or Wild Shape or anything. First of all, is Wild Shape a spell slot that I need to mark somewhere?
Nope, you just only have 2 of them per day.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Or
For short rest.
for short rest, yeah. Mhm.
For short rest. I have
Now-
a druid currently in my other game. I have to keep up with that shit.
Yep. Beyond that, because that's what you're focusing on first, but seeing down towards this is a long room, and down towards one end you see a glow that, if you had to guess, would probably be
1
like a
second.
fireplace
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
with a low fire in it, and you see a bunch of shadows. Not shadow as in the creature, but shadowy things that, because the light's coming at you, everything is backlit, so you can only see silhouette. But there are several things that are obviously either casks or crates. You can see a long table with about 10 or 12 chairs around it.
Okay.
And a bunch of lumpy things off to one side. You can't quite make out what they are.
So a creepy underground meeting room. Got it.
Yep.
Okay. As a mouse, do I still have magic capabilities or no?
No.
Don't think you can cast in wild shape. Yeah.
You can do what a mouse can do.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. Good to know. All right.
Cannot cast spells or speak. Yeah.
Squeak.
If you squeak, I will gently
much-
pull you
much
back out and set you on the ground.
Much squeaking and wiggling occurs as I have now identified that there is a warm light and potential things down here.
So I set Lyra back
But
on the
nothing, and below the trap, there's a ladder that goes down. That's how it connects with the floor. Theoretically, you could run down the ladder. It would take an acrobatics check for Thoreau to kind of swing you so that you can leap over to it, but it is something that you could do.
I only get this twice per short rest, and you know what? I don't want to waste it. Yeah, I'm gonna wiggle and see if I can connect to go down.
Thoreau, you see the mouse wiggle and kind of
Okay, and I'll message Lyra. What do you want to do?
There's a ladder. I want to go down and investigate.
Is that a good idea?
Honestly, nothing about this is a good idea.
Well, if you get trapped down there, then wait. If you go down there, you could just not be wild shaped, and then you could undo the latch.
Correct.
Okay, I'll try to swing her over to the ladder.
Okay, give me a DC 18 acrobatics check.
Oh, this will go
no.
fantastic. Okay.
Oh.
Because
I cannot. A natural 20.
Josh, that was not your roll.
Oh no! Oh, I thought I was swinging her. Okay.
Well, that's why it's a straight up roll versus
And not
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
Well, you have the blessings of a natural 20 going your way.
yeah, so you get her swinging in the correct direction. So
There we go.
Okay. That's. It's a 17.
Hold on.
Okay,
What's your dexterity?
It's a +2.
Okay.
Acrobatics, it's a +2.
Oh, it's the same for a mouse because you would have their dexterity, but yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you get flung over, you go flying and sail over the rung and plummet 20 feet to the ground and take
Remember that we
9
have
damage.
8 temporary hit points.
How many?
8.
How much damage did?
Oh, 9 damage.
Oh, so you're no longer a mouse. And 8 points of damage roll back over to you.
Okay.
Remember that we had 8
Temp
temporary hit points.
Okay.
So all your temp hit points are gone, so you're just back to
Yeah.
your normal.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right.
Oof.
Am I now able to? Well, you know what? Before I distract myself with fixing the trapdoor, can I?
First of all, I need you to give me a stealth check.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do I still get pass without a trace?
It's concentration for 10 minutes, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it would have expired by now.
16.
Oh no, it's
Okay.
it's concentration for 1 hour.
So roll me a concentration check to see if you were able to keep it up when you plummeted to the floor.
Is that just a straight roll?
Just straight roll.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh. Okay. 12.
I don't know how the
12?
new rules that he's doing is. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that passes.
Okay.
Basically, you had to get a 10 or above.
Okay.
So you maintain concentration.
And the stealth then would have been a 26.
Okay, basically, you land between the ladder, and you kind of. There are 2 chairs kind of at the end of the table where it normally only fits one, and so you kind of land in that little section down in there. So you're kneeling down. You're kind of hidden by the table and the chairs.
Okay.
And you are in a room that's on the other side of one of my maps. That's a good, let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, probably a good 60 to 80 feet long. Down at the far left, not in the corner, but kind of close, is a fireplace. There's a pot in front of it. And there are the things over to the right that you couldn't quite make out what they were, look to be sleeping pallets with like a footlocker at the base of each one.
Yes, ma'am.
And there are, roll me a perception check.
Yes, please.
Sully.
Ooh. What are you? Perception. 16.
Okay.
Sully!
You can tell there are about 9 or 10 of them.
Mm-hmm.
You are not alone.
Okay.
Behind one of the crates between you and the fireplace, you can see a shadowy figure kind of huddled down.
Okay.
A message comes through. Everything all right down there?
Unfortunately, the message, I know I have to whisper respond to you, and I don't want to do that.
You don't have to.
You're gonna get a response.
Okay. I'll turn to Lyra's not responding.
If we head
talk to
down, we
Lyra?
should head down. Oh, it's a
okay.
magic thing.
Oh, okay. Got it. Right.
Okay.
Okay. Things are starting to make more sense now.
I can talk in your head, Sarek.
Oh, that was you.
This whole
Oh, okay.
time and
Why'd
just-
you tell me that this would be my dupe?
I don't know.
Why did you tell
I mean,
me
you
that this
don't know.
was- No, wait. That wasn't him. That was something.
I
heard
think you
that
laughed
too.
maniacally.
Oh, that wasn't me.
I can get
What
a
do you mean?
can I get a decent idea of where the shape is hiding? Like I could get enough of an idea of the area.
Yes. But what was your perception roll again?
It was a 16.
You don't think he's the only one. He's the only one you notice because he rolled a nat 1 on his stealth.
Oh,
Oh my god.
But and the other ones were a nat 17 and a nat 18.
okay.
So as the DM gives the game away, but
Okay. Crap.
I was not expecting this.
Since Lyra didn't respond, can I look through the hole down into the chamber and see if I can see her?
Yeah, give me a perception with disadvantage.
It's a 14 on the 13 on the die, and perception 17.
You don't see her because her stealth
Oh right, yeah.
was that good.
I don't see her.
Okay.
However, you don't see her, so you don't like see a broken body lying,
Yeah,
and you don't hear anything.
yeah.
Not that you could hear that great, but if like a battle were happening, you would hear enough
Mhm.
faint noises to know that something was going on. So
Yeah, I just kind of turn back to the group. Lyra's gone off and I don't know. She probably found plants or something. I don't know what's going on.
Because I took
That tracks.
We should get down there after her then, right?
She has to unlock the door. Like we can't get in there.
I mean, I could
How do
just
we get
keep
in there?
going at this thing for the next little minute.
Can you message her and ask if she can make her way back?
I messaged her and she didn't respond. And I can't see her, so I can't I can't message to her because I can't see where she is.
I guess the only other option is to let
yes, Lyra.
Sarah loose on.
Yes, Lyra.
Since I am stealthed,
Mhm.
and in theory, I know of one person.
Yeah, and they are as and what I will give it to you is on the table there are several plates of food
Yes.
that were interrupted.
Yes.
So even though he may or may not be the only person in this room, there are at least 2 others that are aware that something is happening.
Yes. Okay. What is the square footage of this room that I could ascertain?
I didn't ask how big the room was. I said I cast fireball.
The circle of wildfire druid asking you, no, how big is the room?
I would like to cast to whom it may concern.
Okay, so this room
I would like
from
to
where
cast
you
per my last
are
email.
Yeah.
is
No, we don't have fireball yet.
No, but I have flaming spear.
You
I
do,
have
yeah.
lightning bolt. I have
What is flaming sphere if not just drawn out fireball?
That's true.
exactly.
Exactly.
Oh, right back.
Because there is a light source, you can judge that this room is about 80 feet long by about 30 feet wide.
Okay.
And where the guy is in relation to you is he's probably about 40 feet away. There's if helps if I'm back on camera. Basically, if the fireplace is here, there's a crate
Yes.
here, and you're on the other side. He's crouched behind this crate, so he's got his back to you.
Okay.
So this implies that there's another entrance.
Yes. Okay. From me with the ladder and the hatch, do I feasibly have enough space to give myself a barrier to keep them from me?
Not really, because the table is a long table and you're at the short end. You could turn it on its side, but
That makes
there'd
sense.
yeah, and there's it's it's there. You have several options. Combat is one of them, but there are several other options that you can do.
Essentially, and tell me to be quiet if this is considered metagaming. I'm still learning the things. I have Entangle, which gives me at least 20 feet of difficult terrain to at least momentarily detain them so that I can then attend to the door, the latch.
What I would say is if you are super sneaky and climb up the ladder,
Okay.
there is a chance you could slide the bars out without them detecting it. Now, it will be an opposed roll.
Yeah.
And I will say that because they are focused on another area, that you would get a surprise round if we do go to combat.
Okay.
And it will take you 2 rounds to open the door.
Right, because there are 2. Yeah.
Right. So you could try and sneak them. You could do 1. Combat starts. You cast Entangle at the base of the ladder.
Okay.
While you do the other one.
Yep.
Now they might be able to shoot at you, but there's multiple options that are happening.
Okay. All right. So roll. What do you want? Acrobatics or stealth, or what would you like?
I will need a stealth first.
Okay.
You do have your +10 from.
I do. God bless.
Mhm.
That is a 24.
Okay. You very stealthily climb up the ladder. You don't make any noise. Let me jump ahead with an area just to check something, because this is an opposed roll, and I want to make sure I have the right number. No. There we go, Cellar.
I have a black cat behind me for inspiration on stuff.
The familiar has arrived.
Yep.
Fine, familiar.
Although I will say, she's a black cat on a brown couch, wishing that she was blending in.
Perception is.
Ruthless tries so hard to have a good stealth check, and it just doesn't happen.
So the light dice is going to be that guy, and the one guy that you really had to worry about rolled a 3.
Okay.
So you make it up. You think you're good.
Okay. I am going to go for one of the beams.
Okay, give me an athletics check because you're hanging on to a ladder.
Yep.
And you're not quite sure how this works, and you are trying to be stealthy. So,
Yep.
your DC is 15.
Okay. I have plus nothing, so it's a 16.
Okay. And roll a stealth check for the beam.
Oh boy.
Because your stealth was above a 20, I will give you advantage on this roll. DC of 12.
Oh, bless you for advantage. That was a 9. That was a 14.
Okay, so you get one of these slid away.
Okay.
And
Another
try and do the
stealth.
second one?
Yeah.
Same process.
All right. Another stealth, another acrobat, or another athletic.
Yep.
Stealth. Oh yeah, we're fine. That's a 23.
Okay. And give me the athletics. Because you've done it before, you only have to beat a DC 10 now.
Yay.
You can do it.
13. Oh.
Okay, you get the other one slid back. You think you can open the trap now. There's a good chance in lifting this you will get everyone's attention in the room.
Oh, I'm sure. Okay. I have options. What are my options? I can.
Let me just hear the X-Men theme song in my head.
Okay. As Dragonborn, that lovely hole that Sarek made is probably too small for this to do anything.
Just a fist comes out. It's just a thumbs up.
Yeah, it's about you. So you can't get your whole hand, but you could get 3 or 4 fingers to kind of
Yeah.
do something like that.
First.
So you guys see a couple of taloned claws come up through the grate and start gesturing.
She's fine.
Oh, you all right, Lyra? I will message her. Are we all good?
In hopes that means be quiet.
Okay. Yeah.
Interpret as you will.
Let's see what my intelligence is. I mean, that's an 18. I guess I don't know whether.
Yeah, no, I think there's.
I think she's saying there's.
There's enough. Like, stop.
Okay. I think she's saying that we should be quiet.
Sorry.
Got it.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay. I'm gonna lift the door.
Okay. Give me an athletics check, DC 10, to lift the door.
That's 12.
Okay. You flip the door up and wham! It slams down as it tips over because none of the other guys said that they were going to catch it. I
hit this thing with an axe. Noise is not my priority right now.
Yep. And so everyone roll initiative.
Oh,
you got it.
Joy.
Initiate.
Ooh, that's very good.
What's that? Hold up. Ross.
Oh, my character sheet has my initiative wrong for some reason, Rob. It had +0.
I'm trusting. I'm mainly using your sheet for AC and passives.
And my armor class is 15 right now because of mage armor.
Yep.
Okay.
I rolled
have a higher DC than me.
And that's a natural 1. So let me.
You can keep rolling those. I'm okay if you keep rolling those.
Yep. Where's my marker? There's my marker.
I like how Thoreau just has a better AC than the Barbarian. I have a 13.
Only with mage armor.
Well, maybe. I have a 13 AC.
I am a 11, I think, normally. 10.
Oh, it's because you can't wear armor?
Yeah, but you do get the piercing bludgeoning when you're raging, so
yes,
yeah.
I do get to effectively double my HP.
Yeah,
as long as it's not elemental damage.
Nice. Okay,
I'm not gifted to be a bear. I'm being a shark man.
That's +2, so
the bear wild heart is ridiculously overpowered.
You mark the target as your favorite enemy for a minute. If you're casting a spell.
The fact that it exists in this game and has gone uneroded or unchanged at all, and they haven't made any of the other barbarian subclasses even come close to what it can do.
Well, and I think people didn't even really give Wildheart the time of day until they played as Karlach in BG3 and realized how freaking overpowered Karlach is. Yeah.
So, Thoreau, what was your initiative?
20.
Sarek,
18.
Lyra,
16.
Oh, I don't want to go first.
and
Wow.
Ivar.
15.
Shit.
Okay, so you have
You could always hold.
Lyra has
Yeah.
flipped this up and is in the hole. So you can either try and throw something past her at things you can't see, or you can hold your action, or what do you want to do?
I
Josh,
will.
you are first
Tell
up.
them that there are at least 3 down there.
Okay, I will.
What is your dexterity, by the way?
Me?
No, Thoreau.
It is +2.
14 or 15.
14.
Okay, roll me a d20.
Okay. That
Doesn't matter. They rolled a natural one, so you get to go
okay.
first.
Sweet. Well, I'm gonna. So I restart conjuring up a firebolt to release as soon as I see a threat, and I'll hold that action.
Alrighty.
And I step back away from the trapdoor a little bit to give Lyra room to climb up safely.
Okay. And now, Lyra, I'm afraid someone that you didn't see
Oh, goody.
that was hiding amongst the pallets is going to shoot at you.
Okay.
No.
And I can't
Oh, no.
see it to silvery barbs. So.
13, does that hit?
No! Oh my god. Yay.
Okay, an arrow thunks right beside you.
Wow.
I don't think it's ghosts, you guys.
I don't think it's ghosts.
Alrighty, at that point, we go to
Sounds like some
Sarek.
smugglers. I'm going to reach over. Can I just grab Lyra and pull her out?
Great, give me an athletics check.
All right.
Lyra, do you resist or assist?
No. An arrow shot at me. No.
Okay, because Lyra is assisting, Sarek, you get this with advantage.
You got it. Okay. It's that. And all right, so I'll take the 14.
Okay, she's a dragonborn. She's no offense, Matt, a big girl.
That's fair. That's fair.
You get her about halfway out, so she now has partial cover from any attack because that, and you can see past her, and so can Thoreau.
Okay, got it. That I assume took my action because it was essentially
Yes.
pick up. Yeah.
Does anything pop into vision now that we can see past her?
Give me a perception check, DC 20.
That's gonna be it. That's 23.
Okay, because you saw the arrow come up, you can tell that there's someone down to the lower right.
Firebolt releases.
Okay, disadvantage.
Okay. Oh shit, that was a natural 20, but with disadvantage. Let's see. My plus to hit with firebolt is okay. That's a 16.
Okay, just hits.
Okay. It's a D10. Where's my D10? There we go. Oh shit. That is. It doesn't get my bonus. That's oh no. Yeah, 3 points of damage.
Okay, you actually managed to, you think, clip this figure, and you managed to hit them and not set one of the pallets on fire. So, yeah.
Ooh.
So, okay, that's your held action. Sarek, you do have bonus action.
For bonus action, I'm going to.
I will let you make a second attempt to get her all the way out, but
Since
this would be a
it's-
straight up roll.
Yeah, I'll try that. Let's go on ahead and just do that. 14 again.
Okay, that was with athletics.
Oh no, that's a 20.
Okay, then yes, you manage to get her halfway up. You grab her, and you pull her back. What I'll say is that you basically roll back with her on top of you to get it out of the way. So you can use half of your movement to stand back up. But
this is lovely, Lyra, but not right now.
You have gotten Lyra clear.
And I'll call out to Ivar because I know that he's getting ready. I'll be like, "There's somebody like right down in the corner there, where I threw the firebolt in that direction." Mm-hmm.
All right, Ivar, you are up next.
Okay. Would I get my infused strikes, or if I left Man in the demiplane, would she not be able to give me the?
She would not.
Strike? Probably not. Okay.
But you do have really good pluses to your crossbow.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do that. Am I in a position to where I can close ground on the people and make like a melee attack? I do have crossbow experts, so even if I'm closer, shouldn't
what's your movement?
35.
If you jump down and risk taking damage, you think you could get to the shadowy figure that shot at Lyra.
All right, I'm going. Can I just? I'm pretty squishy still. I'm scared to take the damage.
We're all squishy, except for Sarek.
Yeah. I'll do the. Excuse me. Crossbow.
I'm jumping as soon as I get the chance.
Your DC is 16. It's not our AC, but they're kind of somewhat hidden because of the angle you're shooting. So DC 16 is what you have to beat. So basically, you need to roll an 8 or higher.
Let's see. Oh, 19 to hit.
19 hits.
All right, and then I will activate my favorite foe. So the individual that I hit is going to be my favorite foe. They'll take an extra D4 of damage every turn that I hit them.
Okay.
So a D6 on my hand crossbow. Oh, that's so 6 piercing damage, right, from the hand crossbow, and then a D4. I gotta talk this out, guys. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
And another 4 damage from the favorite foe. So 10 damage altogether.
You get a solid hit. However,
Nice.
because I forgot to take into account that they got multi-attacks, I'm going to give them a shot back at you.
Oh.
17. Does a 17 hit?
17 hits.
Alrighty. And they are longbow, so that is 1d8 plus 2.
Oh.
These motherfuckers have a chance. That's the thing. They have a choice to make right now.
You take 8 damage.
There goes your temp.
You two, it's like two snipers shooting at each other. You both get a good solid shot on each other. Because you have the temp HP, basically it penetrates your clothing and grazes you. But if you hadn't have gotten your shot off when you did, she would have nailed you solid.
Oh. Nice. It's a test of skill.
Yep. Alrighty, and now it is our other guy's turn. Number 1 is going to shoot at, based on where you're sitting, Thoreau, you are up. I'm going to give you partial cover, so you get to add 3 to your DC.
18.
AC. They rolled a natural 6, so a 9 does not do it. And then the second person with a initiative of count of 1 is going to move them so that they can get a shot off. And based on where they are sightline, Thoreau, you're up again.
18.
4. So yeah, a 7's not going to do it either. And so, okay, we are back to the top of the round. So that is the row.
The one that was hit by the firebolt and then was hit by the crossbow, do I see him well enough to see how damaged he is?
You have dark vision, right?
Yes.
Because you're seeing in black and white, it's kind of hard to tell, but they've got a fletch sticking out, pretty damn solid hit.
They did just shoot at me, and that's the first time anyone ever shot an arrow at me. And so I'm going to magic missile.
Okay, you get 2 magic missiles. They automatically hit. D4 for each, +1. Oh no, is it +1? Is it magic missile? I'm blanking.
I think it's 3 bolts. Is at that level?
Nope, because we're doing first edition rules. Every other level, you get a bolt.
Oh, every other. Okay, I thought it was
third level.
I thought it was every other. Okay, yeah. So so 2, and that is +1. So the first one does 3 points of damage, and the second one does 5. So 8 total.
Okay, your first bolt hits and kind of arches them back, and the second one just basically punches through their sternum. What do your magic missiles look like?
So my magic missiles take on the appearance of like flying stoats that are bluish in energy, and they just like fly down and hit them. Yeah.
Alrighty.
You and stoats.
I like weasels and stoats. They're cool.
That is bandit number 1 down.
And then Thoreau will take enough steps back from the trap door that he doesn't think he's visible to anybody in the trap.
You kind of have to slide to the side.
I'll also like
over to by the fireplace.
I'll kneel down. I'll kneel down as well. Yeah.
Okay. It's pretty much someone would have to climb to the top of the ladder in order to get at you.
And I don't think I have anything with a bonus action that matters. So that's the end of my turn.
1E, you are not restricted to 1 spell. You could cast anything that's a bonus spell.
Yeah, I don't have any bonus action spells that are useful, so that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Sarek, you're up.
I'm going to look at Lyra. How many were down there?
Say again?
How many were down there?
I could ascertain at least 3.
One's
That's how many
dead.
plates you saw.
Yes, how many plates I saw?
One's dead.
Plates. Cool.
And you have heard several thwacking of arrows, so 4 arrows have been shot, but 2 of them seem to come from 1 person, so 3 is a very reasonable expectation.
Cool. Well, here we go, I guess. And I'm just going to step up to the edge and just drop.
Okay. Do you try and like do the going down the ladder with your hands kind of guiding you, or do you just jump?
I just jump.
No.
Okay, give me an acrobatics check of DC, let's say 14.
Okay.
Because there is some light, so you can see where you're landing, and it is a clear spot.
That is a natural 19.
Okay, you hero land, 3-point landing. Okay, you and I'm going to say because you rolled so well that did not take up any of your movement. You are in, like I said, this 80 by 30 room. There's about an 18-foot table directly in front of you with chairs around it, and about 45 feet away, you see a guy running at you. Kind of by the fireplace, you can kind of see the silhouette of somebody else, but they're hiding behind the box. Basically, the box that they were hiding behind, they have gotten on the other side of now.
Okay. I'd like to turn invisible using hidden step.
Okay.
So I turn invisible.
Fortunately, I have a mini that is clear, so
I turn invisible and I walk closer to him. And as I walk closer to the guy hiding behind the box, I say, "You should leave, or else this will be your doom."
Roll an intimidation check.
You got it.
It's going to be a high one because they are afraid of their boss, but
Yeah, you got it. 17.
not enough, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's fair. Ooh.
He's more afraid of his boss than he is of you, but you were intimidating. You didn't botch it, so it's not. You did not make yourself look worse. So
that's fair. Like if I get close to him, do I smell a little bit of something like urine somewhere?
No, but what I will do is, because you did roll well, is if you want to make another attempt on the next round, I will allow that.
Got it. Am I close enough to be able to just chop at this dude with my axe?
No, you are still about 20 feet away from him, and you're about he's straight in front of you, and about 20 feet away at an angle is the other guy.
So even
but they cannot see you.
Got it.
So roll me a stealth check, and even though you are out of Lyra's order, I'm still going to give you the +10 because you're invisible.
Well, that's helpful. 18.
Okay. One is a nat 20, so because you spoke, he knows where you are.
Yeah.
But the other one rolled a 3, so he has no freaking clue where you are.
Got it. Okay. Yep. Understood. So even if I use my full 30 feet of movement, I can only get 20 feet away from one of them?
Yep.
Okay, got it. Okay, yep. All right, that's my turn.
But the way you've moved is the one that sensed you is on the other side of the box.
Yeah.
So you have box between you and him. If he's going to take a ping at you, he's going to have to step out of cover.
Got it. Okay, that works.
Okay, that is Sarek's turn. Up next is Lyra.
Okay.
It takes half of your movement to stand up.
I don't want to stand up so much as necessarily reposition to crawl around to be able to reach in. If need
Okay,
be.
I will absolutely.
Okay. Next question is, can I use my action to produce flame and then bonus action to throw it?
Yes, I will allow that.
Okay. I need to roll my d20 to cast produce flame or just...
You produce flame. That is a simple spell. You are a competent druid. So, yeah.
Attack roll. Got it. Okay. I'm going for the guy that shot an arrow near my head.
Okay, and your dexterity is...
It's a +2, it's a 14.
Okay, so +2 to your roll.
Not including my spell attack bonus?
Actually, I take that back. This is going to be a straight up roll because, this would just be a straight up roll.
Okay, it was an 11.
You throw it down. You miss him, but you got a good shot off.
Okay.
And because you stayed lying down, you are undercover.
Excellent.
So I'm going to give you 3/4 cover on that.
Excellent. Thank you.
And Ivar, that leaves you.
Okay, so they're still down in the tunnel, right? In the
room, yeah.
Okay. I want to get in the middle. I'm an archery guy. If I go to the opening, can I get an angle on anyone without actually jumping down?
Yeah, they will have partial cover, but there's the one guy who's charging down the middle of the room. You can get a decent shot at him.
Okay, all right. We'll try. We'll do that. We'll do a hand crossbow.
And with the bonus to his AC, you need to roll a 15 on your attack, so you need to roll a 7 or higher on the dice.
Okay. Oh, we'll see.
Rangers and bows.
Oof. He did not make it. If it's a light bow, can I do a bonus action?
Do you have two of them, or do you only have one of them?
I think I have two. Can I throw a dagger? Is that a...
Yeah.
Let me try to...
if you have 2 hand crossbows, I will let you take a shot with your offhand.
I don't. I have a heavy crossbow for some reason, but that's what I spent my money on. All right, let me try to throw the dagger.
Okay.
14. No.
All right.
I miss. I said I gotta get that dagger back later, though.
Yeah, you clip it off the end of the table, and it goes skittering into the room. So the guy who knows where you are, Sarek, is going to take a shot at you. He is going to step out from behind the box. He is going to subtract 4 from his roll since you are invisible. What is your AC?
13.
So that is a 17.
Oh, that's.
And he rolls a
That's
natural
okay.
19
That's
before
still-
adding his 3. So that is a light crossbow. So he does 8 piercing damage to you.
You got it. So my temp HP leaves, and I go down to 30.
And he steps back behind the box behind partial cover. We have the other guy who still does not know where you are, so he is going to be charging towards the opening again. He's getting closer. He is going to shoot at Lyra, but she has cover, so that's going to... What is your normal AC?
14. Sorry, other character.
14. Okay, he needs to roll a 19, so he needs to roll 16 or higher. He rolls a 12. He misses. Thunk, buries in the edge of the trap beside you. And we are back to the top of the order to Thoreau,
Okay,
who has bravely crawled to one side where he cannot be seen.
I will take just a couple steps forward, and I see the guy kind of down at the bottom of the ladder, and I'm gonna fire a firebolt at him.
Basically, you end up stepping and you're straddling over Lyra, who is down on the ground.
That's fine.
As you fire over. Not like that. I mean, he's got clearance, but basically 1 foot on either side of her. So both of you are like sniping. It's like a sniper and a spotter is basically what we've got.
That is a... Where's my to hit with firebolt? Oh, that is a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. D10 on firebolt. 7 points of damage, and then I will take several steps back away from the from the hole.
Okay, you get a good solid hit on him.
Good shot.
I mean,
And
you
my-
pretty much
The flame of my
this guy's
firebolt is
charging
blue flame.
recklessly
Yeah.
forward, like bam.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you duck out of the way. We are to Sarek. You can close to either one of these guys. The one that is charging towards the ladder looks pretty bloody. He got hit really hard by that firebolt. The one behind the box is not taking any damage, and he is within range of you.
Okay. That's the guy that knows where I am.
Yep.
That's the guy. But I mean, they're gonna both know where I am here in a minute. While invisible, I say, well, you had a chance, and I would like to rage.
Yay!
Okay.
So I as I rage, my jaw, like the teeth, just go razor sharp. I get shark skin down my like razor sharp shark skin down my forearms, and claws like erupt out of my fingernails. And then I just grow this massive shark tail. While still invisible, I'd like to just sling my battle axe, just swing it with all my might at the dude that has not been hit yet.
Okay. His AC is 12,
All right.
and you
Let's
are
go.
recklessly attacking. So you have
I am 100% recklessly attacking. So that is a natural. Let's go with an 18. Let's see if I crit.
Mhm.
I do not. So that is going to be a 23. No,
that
sorry,
hits.
a 25. My apologies.
That good and hits.
So I'm going to just bring the axe just across him and roll that. So that is going to be a 17 damage.
You. The negative of this, with that 23, is you swung so hard that you end up burying your axe into the box, and it's going to take some effort to dislodge it. And that is because half of him is sitting on top of it.
Oh,
The other half is not.
I would in that moment, because you did say this. I'm going to spin and use my tail on the other dude. That's
You bonus action raged, so you can't. This
Oh
turn.
yeah, you're right. I can't do that. Not this turn. And that will be my turn. I pop out of invisibility, by the way. I'm no longer invisible. As soon as I connected with that dude, I was done. Like the invisibility goes.
The other guy is 30 feet away from you. You could close 10 more feet if you use your remaining movement towards him. So basically,
so
you ran past him and now you can chase him.
Yeah, so I'll wrench the axe. Can I wrench the axe free as I move? Or do I drag the box?
Give me an athletics check.
Okay.
DC 10.
Why have advantage? Let's see how this goes. Okay. So that's going to be 24 to wrench it out as I move towards him.
For a second, you thought about just leaving the axe in there and just hitting him with the box on the end of the axe.
Fair, actually. Fair enough.
But unfortunately, you hit it so hard that when you try to lift it up, the box just crumbles apart.
Aw, no structural integrity.
No. And yeah, there's body on the floor. So Lyra, you're peering through, and all of a sudden, Sarek has disappeared, and all of a sudden you see him appear, and you can't see who he's hitting behind the box, but you hear this crunching squelch sound, and he pulls the axe back, and this box just disintegrates, and you see nothing. There's the body parts are below the height of the crumbled box, so yeah, something happened to the bad person.
And that was the one sniping at me.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
So there is one more person. You can get a pretty good shot at him if you want, or you can climb down the ladder. He's about 20 feet away from the ladder.
I'll stay where I am. Can I, for this, use my fire breath weapon?
What is the range on that?
It is a 90-foot line that is 10 feet wide.
Ooh.
It'd be a bit of overkill, but yeah. I will say that you risk catching all of the pallets and footlockers on fire by doing that.
No.
Because that's on what's past him.
I mean, I've already said I want to set the house on fire, but...
You can set the room on fire. I'll get out. It's just I'm going to be a little smoky afterwards. I don't know if you guys like smoked shark, but I don't know. That's up to
you. Seafood.
A little bit.
It's a delicacy in some.
It's a self-serve sushi
regions.
bar.
Yep. Yeah, no. Okay. How about... you said he was 20 feet from me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You have enough movement, you could climb down the ladder and close to hit him with a melee attack, or you can snipe him from where you are and anything in between.
I would truly love to snipe. The question is just making sure I don't set anything else on fire.
If you're throwing like a firebolt or something like that, only on a natural one would you risk setting the pallets on fire.
Okay.
Give me flaming weapons.
Yes.
Just start throwing flaming pallets at people.
I will do Scorching Ray.
Okay.
Ooh, scorching multiple
I
shots.
3. Yeah.
This one dude is about to get
3 rays of fire.
Say you specifically.
this dude is about to have the sun hit him.
So I have to roll for each one to hit, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The first one is a 19 plus 5.
That hits.
Okay. The second one, nope, that's a 7.
But not a natural one.
True.
So one hits him, one goes screaming past and hits the wall behind him,
And
which is stone, because you are in the basement.
And the third one is a dirty 20.
So 2 hits.
Excellent.
So close.
So that's 2d6 fire damage per ray that hits, or just 2d6 fire damage?
It's per ray, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. First ray. Ooh, 10.
Nice.
And the other ray that hits. I cannot drop my dice on the floor. That is a 6.
Okay. He's dead. Not
Yeah.
like making death throws. Like you guys have killed. So what exactly do you do to this poor bastard who only had 3 hit points left
Oh my
before
god.
you hit him for 17?
Crispy.
So, I tend to envision my scorching rays, if you will, to be reminiscent and akin to dragon claw, talony,
Okay.
sharp, pointy things. So they're sniped. It's just a nice, we're done. I don't like you're done now.
Okay. And we are out of initiative.
Yay!
So
All these people-
Sarek is down in the room.
With
2.5 bodies.
scorched and dead bodies. Yeah. It's just
So the rest of y'all climb down. Does Sarek climb up? What do we do?
I'm
Is-
going back down.
Yeah, I'll follow Lyra down.
Yep, I'll follow down.
Okay. You are in this very large room. And as you explore it, you see there's kind of a little notch out at the end. And what that is there's a wall. There's a section that sits out with a door in the side. So it basically looks like this was a big square room and somebody did a little add-on to make a mother-in-law apartment.
I feel like we're now going into the dungeon backwards.
Y'all did skip several steps. I'm gonna be honest with you.
No. Pesky parties.
We fought the boss, and now we get to take out all the the pre-boss people.
Did you though?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Did you
no!
really fight the boss?
Oh no!
That guy
Ever.
peed himself.
Yeah, that's not boss.
He
That's
did
not-
after you cut his intestines in half.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
Okay, so there is the one door in that thing, and that's the only one you see in the room.
I guess we're going through that one.
So we investigate the room a bit.
I
Yeah,
want
I'd
to
like-
investigate the room.
I'd like to investigate the room as well.
I was lucky
I-
once. Let's see if it happens again.
I will
Okay,
stand
so
guard
what
next to
are
the door.
what are you investigating? There is the fireplace. There's the box beside it. There's the big ass table. There are the 9 pallets. There's the door. Like I said, walls, floor, and ceiling.
I would like actually to investigate the 3 individuals to see if there's any like identifying markers or symbols of like an organization that they're part of or anything like that.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
So roll me an investigation.
That is 21.
21?
No.
I have a plus
There-
7 to investigation.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
They do not have any identifying markers on them. The 2 of them are wearing leather. One's wearing studded leather, and she has a longbow versus the other 2 have light crossbows. She was probably the ranking member. She's the one that got the shots off first, and that was able to hide where Lyra didn't see her. Her body is over by the pallets. Strangely, none of them have any gold on them or money pouches.
Ivar, do you want a longbow?
I actually already have a longbow, but
Oh.
thank you, Frank.
Okay.
If you see any hand crossbows, that's I'll take one of those.
I pulled up one of the crossbows. Is this a hand crossbow?
Can you have it in your hand?
But I do. All right, what are the rest of y'all doing?
Standing guard.
Okay. Roll me a general perception check, Sarah.
Yeah. 22.
Okay. Next, Lyra.
Because I like reading my mystery novels, I'm investigating the fireplace.
Roll me an investigation check.
Okay. Is a 19.
Okay. This is really ingenious.
Oh.
Because there's the fire with the thing on it, but you realize there's a latch and the whole portion moves and there's an opening behind it, basically through the fireplace. And you see there's another fireplace on the other side, but it's not lit. So the lit section. Now, of course, as soon as you do this, smoke starts coming into the room that you're in. So this isn't necessarily the best method, but it is a you did discover a secret door. And give me a perception check.
Lyra is ecstatic that there is a secret door with the fireplace. Perception, you say. That is 18.
You smell something. And while you're used to it being animals, you smell something that's been dead a while. And you see in the room, and there's several boxes and a lot of empty wine shelves. And in the middle of the room, there's what is probably you're smelling, the remains of a person lying there. And over on the right-hand side, there's a stairway that goes up.
Okay. I'm gonna signal to the rest of the group and be like, hey guys, look, there's a secret door, and there's a dead person, and stairs!
Oh, my.
That might have been the way we were supposed to come in here, perhaps.
We skipped a couple of steps.
Lyra, based on where you saw the person originally hiding, this is what he was watching. He was so that assessment by Thoreau is actually probably accurate. Damn you.
Thoreau's pretty smart.
Ivor, what about you? What are you checking anything out, or?
What's on the table? What's on the? Actually, the pallets. I'm just gonna look around the pallets and see if there's any interesting information.
Give me an investigation check.
Certainly can do that. Ooh, an 18 on the dice.
Hey.
Plus 0. I got
Okay,
nothing for investigation.
You quickly rifle through the pallets. There's really nothing worth of note. They're actually fairly clean, which is a little odd. But each of them has a small footlocker that is locked at the base of them. So this group seems to be, you're able to infer that they're somewhat disciplined, because this is kind of neat. You did see the 3 plates of half-eaten food on the table that Lyra saw. So you've got these 9 chests that are all locked. What do you do? Do you do?
Let me just see if I can unlock one of them. If I can.
Do you have thieves' tools?
I think I do. Let me check. Oh, I don't have thieves' tools.
Then you may not try to pick the lock. You can try to break the lock, but you cannot pick the lock.
I'll try to break it. Would my alchemy supplies have any type of acid or anything?
Yeah, I'll let you roll for that. Or if you can justify it to me, I'll let you do that.
I'll say maybe in my alchemy supply I have some type of caustic, acid or something that can, and I'll try to drip it on the little inside the locking mechanism.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check, a DC 12.
I can try that. pretty decent at sleight of hand. I dropped something. A 20.
Dirty or not?
Dirty.
Okay, you
14
get it
on
in
the
there
dice.
and burns through the lock. This is a cheap lock. It's a lock, but it's a cheap lock. And you pop it open and you go through the contents, and there's clothes in there. And you find a money pouch that has 7 gold and 15 silver.
Okay, well, we found a bit of gold for our trouble. I'll try maybe a couple more and just see what I can find, and then we'll move on.
Okay,
Which one looks like it could have been the higher ranked member? Do I know where?
Can't tell.
I can't tell. Okay, I'll just try a couple more really quick then.
Okay.
Roll a couple more times.
Yep. Same DC 12.
Okay, that one is a 13 on the dice, a 19 total, and a 11 total.
Okay, you get one of them. The other one melts and kind of sticks. But the one you get open, same thing. You go through it. There's clothes, and there is a money pouch in that with 7 gold and 15 silver.
All right.
It's their payday.
No, exactly. Oh,
Minimum wage, guys.
well, we killed them on payday. Okay, just for the sake of time.
We still can't go rent an apartment.
I will assume that you go down the line. Roll me a d12 to see how long it takes.
Well, okay. What does that look like again? Okay, I found it. I just roll it in D&D Beyond. A 9.
Okay, so takes you about a minute and a half, and you just go down. You use up all of your acid. Last one, you kind of have to pry a little bit with your dagger, which you have recovered, and you end up with a total of 63 gold and 135 silver.
Okay. I'll end up dividing that amongst the group for our trouble.
We made more gold robbing the criminals than we are paid to do this job.
And is anybody grossed out by the vivisected halfling fighter?
I think Ivar's seen some pretty gnarly stuff out in the woods, so nature can be pretty scary. He's not.
Thoreau's just telling himself, "This is what we were trained for."
Sarek, I'm not even bothering with, because this is he's got a dish before. This is what happens.
This isn't too different. I gave them a chance. I gave them a chance to not.
You did give them a chance. So we have the secret door that leads to the body. We have the one other door in the room that you know of. What are we doing? Are we going into the room that Lyra found? Or are we going to go into the other door? Or are we going to investigate some more? What are we going to do?
I wanted to investigate the body in the secret room.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Through the mountain to the body.
To the zombie.
Oh my god. Dude,
okay,
if he pops
how
up
do
as a
you
zombie
check the
on
body?
screen, roll it down the stairs.
No.
I mean, it is down this because we're
Yeah.
Is there? I mean, could I grab one of the planks from the trap door and just kind of?
I'll say there's a stirring stick in the pot that you can use.
Perfect. I prod and maybe like if there's clothing, if I can like dress it.
Okay, you prod the body and these disgusting maggot-like worm things start spilling out.
Ooh.
Roll me a nature check.
Grub worms. Oh no.
Oh, okay. 19.
They are, in fact, grub worms.
Huh.
Rock grubs, rather. These
Rock
are
grubs-
nasty little buggers.
Rock grubs are
These-
terrible.
Basically, if you just stuck your hand in, they would have burrowed under your skin, and they make your way through to your heart and will kill you if you don't burn them out or stab them out or anything like that. So you have managed to avoid this. There are just these disgusting little things kind of swarming around. You play whack-a-mole? Do you burn them?
Produce flame, Chuck.
Okay. The body catches fire, but the remnants of the clothes burn off. But after it settles down, he was wearing plate mail. There's a longsword and a shield that survive the fire and the rot grubs.
Is anyone interested in a longsword or a shield or some very
I'm very weak.
armor?
I mean, I can't wear it. At least it doesn't do anything for me. The shield, maybe, but
Plate armor. What's that? Medium or?
No, that's heavy.
Oh no, I'm not. That'll just slow me down.
we can sell it.
We can sell it.
Yeah,
Anyone
plate
have?
requires 15 strength to wear. It's armor class 18, and you have disadvantage on stealth.
I think carrying it back might be a little difficult, though.
Yeah.
Do we have a?
But it is expensive to buy, so you could make a lot of money with it potentially.
Do we have a bag of holding type
No.
situation?
Is there any like netting or something where we could like put it in netting and then tie it onto Sarek's back?
It's 65 pounds, so
Yeah, that's
Sarek
not-
could carry it.
I was gonna say that's not a problem for me.
Yeah, Sarek, it would be unwieldy. So what I would say is that trying to strap it to your back and carry it while in combat would not be the best idea. It would give you some disadvantages. But as far as packing it out, once you're ready to leave, that's not going to be a problem.
Well, we could leave it here and then come back when we're done.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Why don't we just put it with the other shit that's up there? Just put it underneath the rags and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we can come back and grab it on our way out.
Just,
Yeah.
Yeah, just grab it on the way out. Just grab that, the sword and shield.
Okay.
Just make sure there's none of those worms in there.
I
Misfire.
burned them. They
They got burned away. Hopefully.
very dead.
Lyra, give me another investigation check.
Okay. Natural 20.
Nice.
Woo!
You find kind of wedged between the two crates that are in there a bottle of wine that has a label of a jauntily dressed unicorn on it.
A jaunt.
How is it wearing the pants?
That's you don't see that half of the unicorn.
Oh, okay.
However, Thoreau, give me an intelligence check.
Sure.
Oh my god.
How
How does he wear the pants?
16.
Answer the question.
You recognize the label because you have refined palate. This is a damn fine wine, and you don't know enough about it to tell exactly how good because of the vintage, but this is something like when you've been to entertain at a lord's mansion, this has been something that has been served among the elite.
That's probably something that we could sell as well.
Sell. Crack open in victory when we're done.
Look,
here.
I'm just saying that we could probably, with the amount that we would sell that for, we could buy several other cheaper drinks and achieve the same result.
Okay, but I don't always get to drink the nice stuff.
Thoreau estimates the value of the wine somewhere between 40 and 50 gold.
That's 40 or 50 gold. That's we could buy barrels of bourbon.
We'll save it for later. Yes, we'll sell that later.
Otherwise, this room has been stripped bare. There's whatever wines were in here were stolen long ago. This one just happened to get wedged in behind something. You also notice with the body that it wasn't. You could see scuff marks where it was dragged down the stairs, and laid in this position. So somebody was trying to scare somebody.
Hmm.
It was a trap, but what they didn't expect was the reverse trap.
We were the trap.
we became the trap. How
Alrighty.
scary do you think it was to hear a bunch of people above you, and then suddenly there was just like, here's a mouse, and then you drop down?
Well, you hear the solid thuds where somebody's beating on the trap door, and then it stops, and you think, oh, good, they've gone away. So they must be coming in the other entrance.
And then all of a sudden it's raining fire on you.
Exactly. So what do we do now?
And,
I guess the only direction is the other door.
yeah,
Yep,
I'm
the
at the
other
other door.
But did anyone have another hand crossbow?
No, it's just regular crossbows.
Hand crossbows
Okay.
are not common things. You're
unique weapon
more likely
set.
to find them in this neck of the wood than some other areas because a lot of the sea captains will carry them because they can use that in one hand and their scimitar or cutlass in the other. So you could probably find one back in town, but it's not something.
It's fine. Well,
It's something a
just on the
captain
off
or a
chance.
first mate would carry, not an average seaman.
Ivar, didn't you throw a dagger down here?
He did recover.
yes, I retrieved it. Thank you for reminding me, though.
Yes.
All right, we come over to the door.
I'll just go on ahead and open the door if it's possible.
Okay. You open the door. It is possible.
All right, I'm no
this
longer
room-
raging. It wears off.
Yep. This room has candle lit in it, and it is actually pretty nicely outfitted. You were expecting, because of the shape of the house, like deteriorating things or the pallets, but it's actually got a real bed. It's got a desk. It's got a wardrobe. Candles are lit. There's 3 of them. They're burned about halfway down. There's stuff in this room.
I'd like to investigate the desk to see if there's any like papers or ledgers or anything of note there.
Okay. Do you just rifle through things, or do you actually like try and knock for secret?
I'm doing like a true investigation of the desk because I mean, knowing like my father and how he hides papers, I know that there's usually hidden stuff in desks.
Okay, roll me an investigation.
It's a 19.
Your father.
There are 3 books. The first one is a volume of erotic poetry,
Read that one.
fully illustrated. But this is the illustrated version.
Oh, I pocket it. Someone
Naval
other
Almanac
than
is the
myself will
Tide
enjoy that.
Times for the areas of the coast around Saltmarsh.
I give that one to Sarek.
And a book concerning the demigod Eus and its minions.
Ooh,
I will take that one to read later.
Vecna's.
I looked down at this book and I pocket it. Thank you, sir.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, I want to flip through the EU's book because I've heard multiple times about EU's today, and I want confirmation that I think that that's an evil country.
You know it's an evil.
Yeah, I mean, like.
But what's it doing here? You do find a loose sheet of parchment inside.
Ooh.
What languages do you speak?
It doesn't matter. I will ritually cast comprehend language.
It's Goblin.
Okay, which I actually do speak.
So you don't need to cast. I was asking. I thought it might be one.
Yeah, no,
it's
I do.
chaos.
I do speak Goblin, so yeah.
He's a fucking literature goblin.
It's basically.
He's a book
It's
goblin.
like level 1 of Duolingo.
Okay.
It's several phrases. If you don't speak Goblin, to give commands to Goblin.
Okay.
Stop, fight, lift, come, eat, sleep,
What?
go.
Yeah, that last one's a little, yeah. They can come on command.
Whoa.
That's what the illustrated erotic poetry is for.
Yeah, I've never read the illustrated version, but I know someone who will appreciate this. It seems that these individuals may be also working with goblins in the area. Does anybody know anything about? I mean, goblins. There were none here.
Just go ahead and pull out the book that he gave me and start rifling through that one.
You don't find anything in it. It is an almanac. Now, this would be very useful for a smuggler to have.
Well, that makes sense. I get the feeling we've broken into a smuggling operation.
Okay, so you have gone through the desk. There's the wardrobe. There's some clothes hanging up in the corner. There's the bed.
Nope. No.
Sully.
I'm sure there is.
I would like to investigate under the bed because people hide things under the bed.
And I am going to go ahead and give that to you because that is a very smart thing to do. And
there's
you
just a guy.
find a...
No!
A goblin.
Before we do that, Josh, I did miss something. You do find a secret compartment in there, just like your father's desk. And in it is a spell book.
Ooh.
Ooh.
What spells?
And
my man, learn them.
And I will send you later what spells are in the spell book.
So will I need to copy those into my own spell book, or could I use this spell book to cast from as well?
It is not a scroll, so you would need to copy.
Okay. I've got plenty of paper for it, so...
Yep. And Lyra, you look under the bed, and you find a lantern. It's a bullseye lantern, which is the one with the shutter on the front of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's fairly new. Doesn't look like it's been used a whole lot. And you find a small wooden box that holds 12 candles, flint and steel, and a piece of parchment. And the parchment has, very simple, it just says ship -- reply -- ready -- I mean, yeah. So it would seem to be some kind of code, and you're able to pretty much easily infer that this is what this hooded lantern is used for, is to communicate with someone.
Guys, I think I figured out how they're communicating with their smuggling operation.
Awesome.
So we could communicate with them and bring them in and take them to justice?
Depends.
Or inform the City Watch about it, at least.
Oh, inform the City Watch about it.
Sarek.
Yeah.
You remember, you put some things together. You remember back that one of the things that was said at the council meeting was how that lights were seen kind of flashing around. And what you think is that it may be them flashing this lantern. Someone saw that. Because that would make sense.
So, okay. So smuggling operation. So if it's a smuggling operation, not if, it is. So it's a smuggling operation. They're using that lantern in order to be able to communicate. That would coincide with the thing we heard in the council meeting, which is that people were seeing like lights flashing in the sky.
Yes, absolutely.
So that would coincide with that. So we at least have that going for us. We know this.
I'm slightly concerned though, because we heard the sound upstairs that seems like it might have been something like a magic mouth. We didn't run into any spellcasters.
I mean,
that we know of.
Well, they were just shooting crossbows at us, and
and they were all wearing armor, which in this world mages cannot unless it's certain types of magical armor.
Yeah.
And you didn't get the sense that these people, I mean, it could be magical armor, but it looked to be pretty straightforward, just normal leather.
Can I just ritual while they're kind of doing just ritually cast detect magic just to see if there's anything in the room that's magical?
What is the radius on that?
Oh, I think it's 30 feet, but yeah, 30 feet.
Not in the room.
And it stays up for 10 minutes, so I'll like walk around and then I'll even go out back into the other chamber and kind of do a loop.
But when you start to leave the room, the flat wall, which was, if this thing was kind of built like this, it's part of what was originally the end wall. You see a small glowing spot on the wall.
Does it look like a hidden button or a lever? Or?
The wall is smooth. But as you look closely at it, now that you know to look for something, you see a very, very thin line. This is a concealed door. And it has some kind of magical component to it.
Okay.
And
so detect magic would tell me the type of magic that it is.
Yeah, I need to look this up. Give me 10 seconds. Because this is something I'm homebrewing into this.
What are the schools of magic? Abjuration.
I'd be mostly concerned if this is an evocation.
Blow something up.
Yeah.
Fireball.
And D&D, it's abjuration.
Abjuration. Okay, so it's some kind of shielding or protection. Can I undo whatever magic is protecting this door?
You get the impression that whatever this magic thing is, it's on the other side.
Okay, so I'm seeing it through the, but like,
so you're kind of getting the echo. The fact that it's showing through means a couple of things. One, the wall door is not especially thick.
Yeah.
Two, it's a pretty strong magic.
Yeah. So I will let the group know. There's some kind of magic on the other side of this wall, which means there must be another room through this wall somewhere.
And we all just kind of start feeling out the wall. Maybe there's a pressure plate or a lever or something.
Yeah.
You find a little pressure spot, but when you push it, you hear a click, but nothing happens.
I wonder if there's like another one that we have to push simultaneously, or
I'll look around. See if I can find
the rogue.
anything.
Give me a straight up intelligence check.
Okay. That is a 18.
Abjuration. Knock is an abjuration.
Mm-hmm.
Arcane lock is an abjuration.
Yeah.
Your guess is that somebody locked this door from the other side.
Okay.
And that's why the latch isn't working, is because it's actually unlatching the door, but something is keeping the door shut.
Okay. Let's see. I don't have knock.
I can.
I mean,
would you like me to knock?
I mean, I don't
special
think
kind of knock.
It has to be a very the magic is showing through the wall. The wall can't possibly be very strong.
I mean,
you are very large, Sarek.
I could cast knock.
You might be stronger than a magical lock.
I can try.
I take a step back and cast Blade Ward on myself.
Because you saw what happened to the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and take like get a good distance away, and I'll be like, okay, can you position me? Like, where am I going exactly? Like, where am I aiming?
I will place my mage hand right in the center of where I'm seeing the magic, so you can see that like the mage hand, like bluish energy floating there,
Okay.
like as a target.
Okay. Just goes down into football stands. All right. And I'm just gonna fucking charge it, like just shoulder in and just bull rush it.
Okay. Okay, give me an attack roll.
All right.
You hit the wall for sure. It's just where you hit the wall.
That's fair. That is going to be a 23.
You take 5 points of damage.
Work.
But you hear a crack. Thoreau, with your detect magic, you see this bright flare of magical energy, and it dissipates. And as Sarek bounces back off the wall, the door kind of swings in. Thoreau, you look at, as the door swings open, you see part of a wax seal with runes on it.
Are they runes that I know?
If you had to guess,
I would know Draconic, Celestial, Infernal.
It's magical
Or
writing.
Elvish, like
Lyra,
runes.
Give me a Arcana check. And Ivar as well. Actually, I take that back. Give me nature check. Nature
magic.
or Arcana, your choice.
Nature.
They're both the same for me. That's a
Not for me.
15.
I got a 16 on the dice plus 4, not natural 20.
Okay, you two putting your heads together figure this out. It's alchemy, actually. It is basically alchemists create potions to replicate magic spells. Alchemist fire is basically a thrown version of firebolt.
Mm-hmm.
What this is this wax has been imbued with stuff, so that when the door was shut, it was basically pressed into the key fob, and these runes were set into it that caused it to set. And so basically it is an arcane lock made by an alchemist with a tool or something that was provided by a magician.
Can I copy the runes and like rework it so that I can learn the arcane lock spell?
Part of the wax stuff has crumbled from where it split, but you could get about 3/4 of it, and with some work, probably figure it out. It would just take you a while.
Okay, I copy it in my journal.
Okay, you can actually take the parts of the wax, because now that the spell's been broke, it's wax and pop.
Okay, I'll pick up the parts that was on the wall and any that fell on the floor so I can try to jigsaw everything back together.
Okay. Does anyone look in the room or go in the room?
I'll investigate the chamber.
Okay.
Wait,
Thoreau,
before
let me.
Oh, sorry.
Can I go in? Like, as he's going in, I go, wait.
Okay.
And then I proceed forward.
Sorry, my curiosity got the better of me.
I understand, but I'd prefer it if I went first. And then I'll go in.
There is a sigil on the floor, and spread out around it are 6 skeletons.
I immediately touched it. No, I'm just kidding. No,
Who's doing something? I think alchemists are doing necromantic shit. What's this?
Well, it's funny you say that, because as you both step into the room and start having this discussion, you hear something. And the skeletons start to sit up.
I push Sarek back and cast Shatter into the room.
And that's where we're stopping tonight. So hold that action.
Yes.
So yes. So yeah, y'all did skip the entire upstairs of the house, which granted there wasn't. Well, we may still end up there. So
we might still investigate it. Yeah.
But yeah. So when we come back next session, we are going to start with a skeleton fight.
Nice.
Now, in 1E, skeletons have resistance to piercing. Think about it. Stabbing a bone. Bludgeoning, however, is very effective. Slashing, 6 of one, half dozen of another. Depends on which way you slash. Like if the rib cage, if you slash up and down, you're going to do decent damage side to side. It may be so. That one's pretty straightforward. So this is common knowledge that stabby on a skeleton is not as effective. It just
makes sense.
Whomping it as hard as you can with. So that I will leave it at that.
Honestly, awesome.
Sweet.
Cool. So excited. This is great.
And I got a little roll happy tonight versus role playing. I apologize for that. I tried to counterbalance that as we went along. So
that was great.
That was a good session.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
No, you're fine. Yeah. You're absolutely fine. I do have a question because I just realized this. So because I'm flavored to be a shark man, for my beast form, I'm more shark. The game mechanics for beast say that the tail's supposed to be like a stinger, like a scorpion tail. So it's so it is stabbing. It's supposed to be piercing. Since I'm using a shark tail,
I am interpreting yours as bludgeoning.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, because I just saw that it just says piercing, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense for this. How am I piercing you with a shark tail? That seems a little
if you
weird.
were trying to use your arms, I would give that as slashing because shark skin is very rough and serrated.
Yes, that's actually what it's already listed as, is piercing or slashing, and then bite is piercing because teeth. So
yeah. So yeah, and like I said in the message, you can use your tail as a bonus attack. Obviously, you can't do it on the round that you rage, but after that,
no. As I was reminded this game, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. What damage does your tail normally do?
So it normally does 1d8 plus 4.
Okay, as a bonus action, it will be 1d4 plus your strength bonus.
Got it. So I can either put the whole ass into it for the 1d8, or I can take a quick swipe.
Basically the idea is that you slash, and as you spin around, you smack it.
Yeah.
With that versus getting the old wind up.
Yeah.
But I figured some damage is better than no damage.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right. It'll be nice too for later whenever these guys around me go from hitting them with produce flame and firebolt to I'm now making the earth shatter around me, and I'm like, I've got a shark tail. And
no, y'all all did good in the fight. Yeah, I was when Courtney went down there, I'm like, she's gonna go 1-on-3. And she's gonna be out for the entire session. But you nailed.
Here's my other character.
But you nailed the stealth roll. When you plop down, and I rolled for them to detect you, but because you rolled a 26,
thank you.
Because the way I figured it is that you hit as the mouse and then came up out of it, and because of that, that's where I was like, you basically landed between two chairs and the table. So the way I had people positioned is one of them was by the door that you could see, kind of watching the fireplace and down the hall. Mm-hmm. One was behind the carton looking at the fireplace, and then the third one, the longsbowman, was back against the wall halfway down, kind of peripheral visioning. So basically, two people were covering every approach.
Mm-hmm.
Also, thank you guys for allowing me to indulge in just brain off baboon, like absolute monkey knowledge horseshit of just, well, we can't find the way. This door is sealed. I'm gonna just hit it and just see
it was useful. We got the little mouse, a space for the mouse to fit in there. So yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
like
it's and I fudged the rolls in a making it harder way from what was normally in it, because what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to go in the front door. You notice some footprints going in a couple of different directions, and I'm telling you this because since you know that there are footprints when you come, you're going to be, and it's a DC 10. So, with 4 of you, none of you is going to miss that. And you can either follow one of them upstairs or the other that goes down a hallway past a couple of rooms with a couple of diversions and ends up at the trap door. But y'all went in the back way, which I thought there was a good chance of because of the garden.
Mm-hmm.
I 100%. Were the weasels actually supposed to be an encounter?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm super sorry that I dodged that encounter for
No.
us.
I was actually very, very happy. I would have given y'all bonus XP for finding a way out of it without going into a fight, because the giant weasels are just beasts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's 4 of them, and I actually did. This isn't in the module, but I came up Papa, Mama, 2 younger ones. So, and when I rolled for your approach, 2 of them rolled high as to not buy it, and the other 2 were like a 3 and a 4. And so the kids are like, "Oh, hey, how are you?" And so it just made so much sense. So you actually picked up on that, and played it. And like I said, with that high roll for the beach speech, you convinced them that, oh, okay, we're not a threat. Okay, and because you backed away before you even said it.
Yeah, it's like
it's just like, and you're like,
it's so good. I love for Fearbog for that reason. They have these little tricks that are just, they're not game warping or game busting. It's just a little bit of flavor to them. Like, I can't understand what foliage or plants or animals are talking. Like, I can't understand them, but they can understand me. And I can just talk to animals. Like, she had a potted plant, and I was just talking to the potted plant. I was like, "What's going on, man?"
Get enough sunlight there, buddy. Yeah,
it's like.
But yeah,
hey,
this is part of what I spent.
Oh, it's blurry.
The afternoon.
It's
Hang on,
blurry.
let me turn off the blur. Oops, wrong computer.
Like, I don't actually. I can't blur mine because I don't have the right version of Zoom.
But I have like the
nice.
map, but then I have like the different stat
Oh,
blocks
yeah,
for
yeah.
things, and I have different
Nice.
colors for here's the treasure, here's this.
Aw.
The downstairs, the red, oops,
Oh, thank you. That's so awesome.
the red stick figure
Yeah.
of
that
the dead guy.
Oh. The bug guy.
Yep.
The bug guy.
Some poor adventurer who obviously got hired by the council about a few weeks ago to come check it out that they neglected to inform
Tell me
you of.
about, yeah.
But that's whose tracks you saw going up was basically hey, it's a big sturdy guy in plate mail. Yeah, I'll go fight a ghost, and got jumped by a bunch of smugglers instead, and got pinned.
I didn't know that the grubs will like burrow into your skin and.
They will.
Oh yeah, rock grubs are nasty. They're only like 1 hit point each, but if they get under your skin, you have like 1 round to apply fire to burn them and kill them, or as they start moving up, you have to stab and try and stab. You have to attack yourself to try and stab them, and they do 1d6 piercing every round they're in there, and it's 1 to 4 grubs will infect you, and when you hit 0, they get to your heart and kill you. It's
That's
not
horrible.
making death saves. You're dead. Now you can be resurrected, but
That's nasty, man.
yeah, because they basically burrow into the heart, and that's where they nest.
Ooh.
They're nasty.
Yeah. There's
Not kind.
Pardon?
I said not kind.
No.
Not good.
No, and they were an original monster. I I haven't seen a rust monster in a long time.
Yeah.
Those are great. It's a stupid looking monster, but
They were in Honor Among Thieves had just like a random little like rustbusters fighting over. I can't remember what they're fighting over in a back alley somewhere.
I think part of the reason
they will, it's in one of you, and you're like, you got your plate armor, and they will eat through it in like a round. They'll eat your sword.
Oh yeah,
I was
gonna say, I think the reason why is just because that reason. Like a lot of people don't want to lose their stuff, and that's a real good way to get feels bad at a table.
Yeah,
it's
well, it's like the rock grubs. It's not hard. They're not hard to kill, and so it's just one of those. It was typically used when people got around 3rd or 4th level and got cocky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so it wouldn't kill you per se, but your 18 armor class is now armor class 10 because you're buck naked, except for your gambazon, because the rust monster is eating everything.
Man. Are magic items resistant